On today's Live Daily News, the Super Tuesday primary election has come and gone. We'll have the winners and losers and details. A local business has some big news for the Northside Splash Pad project. We'll tell you all about that. And a favorite burger joint on Knickerbocker Road is closed. Those stories and more. I'm Yantis Green, and this is Live. We'll get to the news in just a minute, but first, need a new or improved driveway? How's your parking lot or ranch road? Now's the time to get it repaved. San Angelo-based Mac Asphalt and Paving is ready to get to work for you right now. Go to macasphaltpaving.com and request a free, no-obligation quote. They're offering heavily discounted repaving and paving packages right now. If you've been thinking about paving or your driveway, parking lot, or ranch road, get a quick turnaround quote while you can save a whole lot. Do so by going to macasphaltpaving.com. And the Super Tuesday Election Day has come and gone, and the unofficial results show voters re-elected incumbents for the most part in Tom Green County. After a hard-fought and expensive primary election, Drew Darby was re-elected over challenger Stormy Bradley by a wide margin, despite massive spending from out-of-state political action committees and endorsements for her from Governor Greg Abbott, President Donald Trump, Attorney General Ken Paxton, and others. That election was about Darby's vote against Abbott's public school voucher plan. In other races, unofficial results show County Commissioner Ralph Holscher ahead of challenger Michelle DeRusso by just 2 votes. Thomas Bigham won the open Precinct 4 County Constable race. Becky Robles easily won re-election as tax assessor, and Bruce Burkett retained his seat as County Republican Party chair. Read more of that in detail on sanangelolive.com. Also this afternoon, a local business has offered to match donations for the Splash Pad project at Kirby Park up to $50,000. The All-Tex Irrigation Splash Pads project has already secured funding for the other splash pad that's planned for Unidad Park over on College Hills, and now they're concentrating on completing funding for the project at Kirby Park. You can read more on that and where to donate on sanangelolive.com. And have you downloaded the all-new San Angelo Live app yet? It's now available on the App Store or in the Google Play Store, so iPhone and Android users can have all the latest news stories delivered directly to one app on their phone. That's the all-new San Angelo Live app available now. Also, the Whataburger restaurant on Knickerbocker Road is closed for remodeling. The busy and popular burger joint will be closed temporarily, just as that new Whataburger location over on Sherwood Way in front of Kohl's will be opening on Monday. That Whataburger on Sherwood Way near the old H-E-B already went under renovation recently as well. Read more on that story at sanangelolive.com. Turning to weather, there is a chance for some severe weather the remaining part of this afternoon and tonight. Thunderstorms are forecast to develop overnight with a 40% chance of rain, increasing to 50% chance on Thursday. Then that rain chance falls back to 30% on Friday. There are some showers and thunderstorms out there right now. When we come back, we'll have an interview segment and sports, but first, here's a word from the Bass Bunch.
2024 means savings galore at Jim Bass Nissan. Why not drive off our lot in a new 2023 Nissan Rogue S, priced right at just $27,999? While you're here, be sure to ask about 0.9% APR financing, an SUV with a lot of pick up and go. Hurry, these are limited offers, and you can only get these deals at Jim Bass Nissan at the corner of Houston Hart at Arden Road, or shop 24/7 at bassbunch.com.
This year's college basketball season is coming to a close, and the Lone Star Conference basketball tournament begins this weekend in Frisco. The Angelo State Rams kick things off on Thursday against Eastern New Mexico at the Comerica Center at 8:30 p.m. Angelo State split the season series against Eastern New Mexico, with both teams winning their respective home games. The Ram Bells also made the conference tournament this year and will begin their matchup against the University of Texas Permian Basin on Friday, March 8th at the Comerica Center at noon. This will be the third game in a row that the Bells matched up with UTPB. ASU lost the first matchup in Odessa before winning last weekend's matchup at home. Good luck to both our teams headed into this weekend. And for more sports around the Concho Valley and beyond, be sure to check in every day at sanangelolive.com/news/sports.
This month only, mix and match cleaning and disinfecting services and save big with Carpetech. For example, get your carpet clean, save 10%. Get your carpet and tile clean, save 15%. Or get your carpet and tile and air ducts clean, save 20%. Call Carpetech today, 325-735-5142.
If your home is in a wreck, call Carpetech, yeah.
It's hard to believe how reckless some people can be and how hard they fight against real victims. You need a partner who consistently beats the giants and who will never, ever flinch.
Well, welcome back. I'm Joe Hyde, publisher of San Angelo Live, and today we're going to talk entrepreneurs in San Angelo, because I have a very unique and very successful company you may not have heard of. And with me today is Brad Bolen. He's with a company that he started 4 years ago called Lipchip. Did I get that right?
Yes, sir.
All right. So what this does, I'll just kind of explain from a layman's perspective, and then we get into the details. Is you put a little chip in the mouth of a horse.
You put a low frequency microchip in the upper lip of a horse.
Upper lip up here, yeah.
Yes, sir.
And so and with that you can track the horse's health and you can't really track where he's been because you don't have the GPS in it, but you can track where he's been if you've scanned it, wherever you scanned the lip.
Correct. So basically it's kind of like a Carfax on a horse. So when you scan that horse, links back to our application, and there's several different deals that have on the application. The first and foremost is the immediate temperature. So once you put it in, you scan that horse, you get an immediate temperature on that horse.
So if you're running a horse race, I guess and everyone has the lip chip, you can understand that all the horses in good shape, good health, not running a fever, for example.
Correct. We do a lot of different things, but we actually have one portion of our application that we have on there is actually health checks, to where we can go in and take notes on temperature, respiration, heart rate. We formed some great alliances from all over companies all over the United States, where we do a lot of license that we lease from each other back and forth on the tech companies. So we have some tech companies that we have some where we can do EKGs on horses in 1 minute and have them read anywhere in the United States in 1 minute. So it doesn't cost the horseman as much money as what it would do to go to a big major vet clinic. Okay,
so before you got into this, and let's hold it up. I'll show them what it looks like. This is the packaging. So it's kind of like an iPhone.
This is the scanner. This is the box that they come in. But this is our scanners, and these are all built here in San Angelo from our tech partner, Pretty Smart Labs. So this is the scanner. The Bluetooth technology is.
Hold it right here so you can see the thing. Bluetooth. So you have Bluetooth technology. That's what connects to the
Bluetooth technology on this particular reader is unheard of. We can actually sit right where we're at right now and scan a horse's lip and shoot it across the pasture about 425 yards.
Okay.
We can connect it to multiple tablets.
So to put that in perspective, 425 yards is more than 4 football fields.
That's correct. Yeah.
Right.
So the best part about it is if you're at the races or whatever, you have all different people that are wanting to know about them. You have a paddock judge, you have a veterinarian, you have an attending veterinarian, you have a regulatory veterinarian, you have the stewards. So let's say we're at Ruidoso Downs. Ruidoso has been a big promoter of us, and we do all the biosecurity there. So every horse that comes in, we drop a pin. We tell them they come in the gate.
Right.
Tells you the temperature, shows their health certificates, their Coggins, their power rolls.
So if your horse is sick and he shows up at the gate and has a fever, you could perceivably say, we don't want this horse in here to get the other horses sick.
Depends on what the venue is, but that's another thing that we're doing right now is working with the United States Department of Agriculture, where we can actually start doing some virtual health certificates where you would scan a horse, and like I said earlier, it drops a pin anywhere that horse is in the world within 5 feet. So you scan the first day, no temp, scan the second day, no temp, scan the third day, no temp, and then you go virtual to a veterinarian. We've got a huge veterinarian.
So it's kind of like telemedicine. It's
telemedicine.
It's a sensor that a veterinarian can use for telemedicine, which prevents the vet having to pay for the veterinarian to fly to, I guess, Kentucky before the Derby, right?
Well, the biggest problem is right now we have no large animal vets in West Texas anymore.
Right.
It's so expensive to go to vet school that all of them went to small animals and went to the big cities. So the rural veterinarians have no chance. They can't keep up. So we're trying to develop it to where we can help those guys. And so we even have some.
So a veterinarian let's just say a veterinarian in San Angelo can treat a horse in northern, like in the wildfires north in the Panhandle. He can, look at the horse's vitals and determine that, hey, he needs these kind of drugs or whatever. He might be to have this kind of sickness or infection.
We do have two preferred providers here in San Angelo. Dr. Ronnie Hooker is one of our preferred providers, and Dr. Al Bueno is one of our preferred providers. Mm-hmm. A lot of this stuff that they do is local horses, and they may be sending it out to maybe they're sending it to one of our preferred providers in Weatherford Equine Sports Medicine, to where it's a specialty deal. Mm-hmm. So they will share the records. But then, in turn, they're also the ones that are out there that we actually are selling microchips and entering horses into our database.
Okay. So in a rodeo, we have the rodeo coming up in April, so March 31st, I think. But give me a scenario for a stock contractor.
Stock contractors love it because we can put everything into the horses that they want to. So when they're going down the road, the thing about it is with these, horses are so curious, even the ones that are, they think that are like the rough stock. Even the rough stock will walk right up and they're curious, and you just push the button and scan their lip and it pops up and it tells you everything about them. When they're traveling, they have to have health certificates. Well, so all the health certificates are kept on the application. So when they're going down the road, they scan the horses, they go through the checkpoint.
So you're going from across the state boundary where they have inspections
exactly.
and stuff, and they can do that.
The best part about it is that the most of the disease traceability that we see are done by, not by stock contractors or anybody like that, but individuals that don't know they have a sick horse. So what a lot of the venues are doing now is when you go into a big venue, since we put it in the lip, you can access it from the trailers. So you can pull up out here and say you're checking in out to the spur here. You can go in and you can check all 6 of those horses. Temperature pops up, health certificates, Coggins, Pyros, everything pops up that the venue requires. Mm-hmm. You can actually, if you want to, if they want to order feed or shavings from one of our preferred providers, Grogan's Feed is one of our preferred providers here in San Angelo. So they can swipe their credit card, they can get 16 bags of feed, they can get shavings, all of it's delivered to the stall.
So you do this on your app?
Yeah.
You do it right from your app, so you don't have to call anyone.
You don't have to call anybody.
Do you work special deals with preferred providers? Do they get better discounts and things?
Our preferred providers work for us to where, like on the microchips, we try to keep everybody at the same price nationwide, to where when they're buying microchips, we kind of keep them at the same price. But everybody does a better deal with everybody because we're all trying to help each other, all the horsemen trying to help each other.
Right.
Our motto is it's the only tech company we know of that was built for horsemen by horsemen. And so we try to take care of the horsemen.
All right, so let's back up a little bit. This is a 4-year-old company?
Yes, sir.
So before that, explain what you were doing with horses back then.
I've been in the horse business all my life. I went to school here in Angelo State. I came here in '82, and I never left San Angelo. It's always been home. I had one of the greatest professors I think anybody could have had, Dr. Griffin, when we were actually here. And we actually had a horse program back then. And he really, really helped me a lot to where, I learned so much about the horses. Started training horses in 1987 and have been training ever since. Very fortunate that
training horses. So this is kind of like on Yellowstone where they duct tape that Jimmy to the horse. Is that how you started?
Well, a little bit. I started training halter horses first, and I had some really nice halter horses, and then I had a guy that I was training that had some really big halter horses, and he got beat one time, and he goes, "What do you know about a racehorse?" And I said, "Absolutely nothing." He said, "Well, you better learn pretty fast." So I've been training racehorses professionally for 32 years.
And do you buy, sell, and trade racehorses?
Lots of horses, yeah.
And also advise people, rich people who want to get into the horse business?
Well, not necessarily just completely rich people, but I mean, it is, it is the sport of kings. So,
yeah.
I'm licensed in 11 states. I've been very fortunate to do the things that I've done. I've been all over the world with horses and different horses, different breeds. We're the preferred provider of the American Quarter Horse Association, which I'm very proud of. Also the preferred provider for the Arabians, the Paints, the Appaloosas. Hopefully one day we'll be the preferred provider for the thoroughbreds also.
One of the things that I've learned, I live out in Dove Creek, so I have a lot of horse owners out there. They're my neighbors. But Sean Nanny is one of my neighbors. He's the county commissioner, and he's a horseshoe guy, right? He goes out and puts horseshoes on horses. And I said, you can't make that much money being a horseshoe guy. He goes, Joe, you don't understand that most people that have one or two horses, those are their pets. Those are the most important members of their family. And when I go out there, they're going to want all four horseshoes done, that kind of thing. But that's the interesting thing about the horse community, especially for the amateurs, I guess. The people that own a horse, that's the most important thing to them.
It is, and we're a subscription-based company, and all of our subscriptions, the majority of the subscriptions come from people that have one or two horses because they want what's best for their horse. So we have big farms, big ranches that have subscriptions too, and that's great. But the majority of them come from the one or two horse owners. But they care because they do care, because they are their babies, and they'll do anything they can to take care of them.
Right. All right. So in addition to that, you also have worked with Taylor Sheridan, I guess.
We've actually done. We actually did a big cutting for the kids there in Weatherford, his ranch, at Bosque Ranch, for the kids to raise money for their scholarships. And then last year we did the Run for the Million. You're probably familiar with Run for a Million. It's the show that's on right now. I just finished on CMT, which was the actual Last Cowboy Standing. If you'll look in the Last Cowboy Standing, where they all come in before they make their big pass and then ride and slide, you'll see on the side it says ride, slide, glide, and it shows our readers there, and it shows a horse sliding across it. We were actually there with Taylor in Las Vegas and back in July. We were at the Bosque Ranch, and actually some of the people that actually work for Taylor live here in San Angelo. Most people don't know it.
Yeah.
But they're just really good people. The thing that Yellowstone has done for the horse business is unbelievable. I mean, it was always very popular, but nowadays, when it comes rodeo time, you can't buy a hat because all the hats are gone because of Yellowstone. But all the stuff, Americana, that's part of our application, is anything we sell. We have 41 different portals on the app. So there's different things you can go on there and buy. It's all Americana. We try not to handle any kind of junk, but all the stuff that's American made.
So did you self-finance this company, or did you do like a venture capital round?
No, we have a partner. In the beginning, we did some money raises, and then we ended up in about the last year, we took on a partner that came in and bought some of the stock, and so we've pretty much self-funded it ourselves. We had some really good people in the beginning that came on and helped us get this thing over the hump, and then we actually took on a partner because it's just getting so big now. So
when you started, I guess, do you operate it out of your garage or something? Is this kind of like an Apple startup company kind of story, where you were building this app thing in your garage? You had a couple guys with a Mac laptop.
Actually, it's a good story and a bad story how I got associated with my tech company. We had a partner in the beginning that me and them didn't see eye to eye, and so we had to separate ourselves from each other. But they actually hired my tech guy to work for them.
Okay.
And he kind of had the same opinion that I did, that we didn't need to do business with each other. So when I left them, he called me and he said, look, I really want to work with you. He said, this is a really, really cool project. And so we've kind of been together ever since. And he lives in Austin. Antonio Rodriguez with Pretty Smart Labs, and he's way the smartest guy in the room anytime you get around him. But
So you found a good app developer who was U.S. based.
yeah, he not only develops all the hardware, all the software, and all the firmware, and he developed it all. So I would go to Antonio and say, look, I want to scan this horse from here to there. And he says, there's not a reader in the world that can do that. And then he would call me and my daughter back the next day and go, okay, I think we got it figured
Found
out.
one?
Yeah, well, no, I figured, no, he built them. I mean, he built them all.
Oh, okay.
He's built every bit
some
of it.
prototypes to say, hey, I think it can go 425 yards.
Yeah, and then he has a team of individuals that work for him. Antonio was really, really big in bringing technology into Mexico and Mexico City and Pueblo. He's a native of Mexico, and so he actually has a big team. And what they jokingly call MIT Pueblo, which is in Mexico.
Okay.
And so all of our tech coders and everybody actually work for them, and it's been really neat to see them come over and get to see the United States and all that kind of stuff.
There's a secret there that you're revealing. That a lot of the tech we do on San Angelo Live, we have a team in Mexico, in Monterrey, that helps us out. So like a lot of the website stuff and things like that, and our app is done by a team in Mexico. So, and the same thing, an Austin-based company, Tacova Boots, they're made in Mexico.
Right.
So there's a lot of Texas cross-border commerce going on there.
It's been really handy for us because the American quarter horse racing part of it is a large percentage of the people that participate are Hispanic. So having these guys that are Hispanic speaking and understanding how to give the guys instructions on the app and stuff.
Right.
We have the app both in English and, and both in Spanish.
Let me see this. I'm going to see if I can get the logo. This is your logo, right? This white.
The logo's actually right here.
Show it to me.
Right here on the back, right there.
Right there. That's the logo. If you can see that, I don't know. Hey, James, can you come on the other camera? Let's see if we can zoom in on this thing maybe. There's the logo. So this was the most recognized logo on the Cowboy Channel during the rodeo?
No, during the whole year.
During the whole year?
2023.
Wow.
We got really fortunate,
and this is what the boxing looks like for the
we got really fortunate that we do so many disciplines. I mean, we don't only just do race horses, but we do rodeo horses. We do reiners. We've done ski joining horses. I don't, being from West Texas, most people don't even know what ski joining is, but that's where a horse is pulling a guy that's a hippie on the back, and they're skiing behind it and doing flips. And we've actually done their association. We just got back from Utah doing some of that stuff. 100 jumpers, biggest 100 jumpers in the world. We actually, in 2 weeks, we have our own jump at Live Oak International in Ocala, Florida, which is the biggest 100 jumping and driver venue in the world.
So all this started at Angelo State University in the ag department.
Exactly.
that's
Dr.
a great
Griffin,
story.
Dr. Shelby, all those guys back in the day. I still see a lot of those guys that I went to school with, and it's a lot of fun.
Yeah. Well, that's a fascinating story. There's, this one of these things where there's companies that are growing all over the place in San Angelo, Texas, and we have no knowledge of them at all. But this is a very interesting success story.
Well, I tell you, when you was talking about, the companies that have been here and stuff, you're talking about the ag department. We were talking about this year during during the fiesta. We were watching these guys untie out there, and a couple of my buddies came out that I went to school with, and I said, 40 years ago this week, we were out there untying calves because we were going to school. And back in the day, ML Leddy's always sponsored the guys that untied for the roping fiesta. And so we were all joking around, and they said, man, we made so much money out there, untying those calves. And one guy goes, I don't remember what we made. And I said, well, remember, all we got was all the cold beer you could drink.
That's good.
So,
that's good.
But it was 40 years ago this year.
When Brad Bolen's the name, and Lipchip is the company, a San Angelo company that has transformed the horse industry. We call it the horse industry. I would say quarter horse, but that's like a little segment of it. It's like a whole bunch of all the horses.
We have a lot more disciplines than just the quarter horses. The quarter horses are the biggest, and quarter horses are probably the ones that put us on the map. But now we're going to all different breeds. But we also do we're also in the process of doing some stuff with the donkey rescues. I mean, most people don't even know San Angelo has the biggest donkey rescue in the world here.
We've interviewed them out here, and I've done stories about the donkey rescue. In fact, I thought about, my wife won't let me get a dog, so I said, well, can I get a donkey? And I was talking to the rescue guy. He said, well, you can't just get one donkey, you have to get two. And that's when I said, okay, I guess I can't pull that one off.
I'm going to get you 2 donkeys next year, but the way we're going to do it's virtual, because we're fixing to start doing virtual.
You're going to do virtual donkeys?
Virtual adoption of donkeys.
Okay, all right.
So when they go up and scan their lip, well then
you'll know what their temperature is.
You know what the temperature is, and their picture pops up from a game camera, and you can watch your donkey all day long.
That's great. That's great. Well, Mr. Bolen, thank you very much for being on the show.
Appreciate it.
And back to you guys. I'm Joe Hyde. This is Brad Bolen with Lipchip. And back to the main program.
When it comes to unique pieces you can't find anywhere else, Kano's Diamonds and Coins is your one-stop shop. With over 24 years in the diamond and coin industry, Kano's Diamonds and Coins is West Texas's choice for diamonds, jewelry, coins, silver, and gold. Owner Bill Cano stands by his work and offers free consultations, including estate jewelry. Don't just trust anyone with your valuables. Come see the staff at Cano's at 1016 West Beauregard in San Angelo.
And thanks for watching the only locally owned live news show in the Concho Valley. We really appreciate your feedback in the comments section and letters to the editor. Thanks again for making San Angelo Live the #1 news source in the Concho Valley. We look forward to bringing you all the news that is news throughout 2024. First, as always, have a great evening, be safe out there in the weather, and we'll see you back here tomorrow.